Good morning, I'm Jason Scheuer, Best Tex Contracting, and today we're hanging a couple of exterior doors. And I've been hanging doors for a long time, along with doing a lot of other construction work from the ground up. But doors are kind of tricky unless you have some simple techniques. So his name's Gary Katz, and he showed a couple of techniques that I didn't know about, how to properly hang doors and fix the legs or the door to be flush when the walls are a little bit out of whack, and how to properly shim them to make your perfect reveal all the way around. So first thing is that we're going to show you is that we did our cross pattern with our twine to make sure that our walls are pretty well plumb. We were just about 1/8 of an inch off. So down on the ground, I actually marked on this wall here, the door jamb needs to come in just about 1/16 or 1/8, but on this side, it needs to go out either 1/16 or 1/8. But since this is all tied together and there's no way to actually move these walls, I'm going to be messing with that jamb to get that perfect reveal. Maybe 1/8 of an inch isn't that big of a deal, but we'll figure it out when we hang the door. The other thing is, he always shows you, make sure this bottom sill is level. So we've got this Stabila level that's adjustable. And what it does is it goes from 24 inches up to 40 inches, which allows you to set it inside of your jamb and get a perfect measurement on levelness. So we noticed that we were just about 1/8 of an inch lower over here on this corner. So we stuck a shim down there, 1/8 of an inch, and we glued and nailed it into place so it stays. We can leave it because the hardwood floor is going to come up to it, and plus the door that we're hanging has a bottom sill already on the jamb. Already on the door. So we got 4 sides of a pre-hung door ready to go for this exterior. So we're ready to hang the door now. The other thing is that you need to check before you start is most framers will leave this opening, 1 inch, 2 inches wide, wider than the door opening. Maybe the same for the header. That's why you see these blocks in here already. The one thing I had to do is add in about 1/8 inch shim right here onto this block because we did have a gap there. But after that, we are pretty much plumb and level and ready to hang the door. So what we had to do is when we got ready to hang the door, we realized that we don't have interior drywall up yet. So we're going with 5/8 drywall. So what we did is we took some of our shims, made sure it was a thickness of 5/8 drywall. That way we know where to stop this interior door jamb to be flush with our shims. That way when my drywaller hangs drywall, he comes right up to it and it will be flush right up to this jamb. When they stick casing around, there won't be any imperfections. I've got my drywall backing in just so I know where to stop the door from being too far out or too far into the home. So we're flush for 5/8 drywall on the inside. This gap here will be filled in insulation, but we also have the 6-inch Tescon tape that we'll be taping from the jamb over to our air barrier after we install insulation. We'll put this on both sides of the house, inside and out. Probably outside first, put our insulation in, cover it up with this, and then when the drywaller comes, they're not going to be using no rotozip because the rotozip will actually rip all of our air sealing properties of making our building airtight. Now, since I stuck this longer screw in that you can see here, I took a screw out of the hinge, put our long 3-inch screw through, sucked that jamb over a little bit, and it corrected and gave me a really nice reveal over here on this side that even evenly distributes across the top. I still have a big old gap over here, but hopefully with our final techniques down at the bottom, I'll do some shimming and do another screw over here. I'll be able to lessen this gap and increase this one, because if you look real close down here, the door is actually pinching the side of the jamb over there. So we got to be real careful and make sure that does not happen. The other thing you want to make sure is when this door is actually shut and locked, that you have the proper reveal all the way around. So here's this gap here. It was about an 1/8 inch bigger and the door was rubbing. But look how even that reveal is compared to the top. They're pretty darn close. I'm not finished yet. All I did was one screw. But if you look here on the side, you can see this reveal. So this jamb sticks out past the door. How do I know? Because it does it over here on this side. So be careful when you start hanging your doors to make sure if the door is flush with the jamb, then this door, it's got to be flush with the jamb over here too. You're not going to be leaving a reveal. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to temporarily stick our screws in. We're not going to tighten them down that much. What we're going to do is we're going to have my helper on the outside. I will be on the inside checking that reveal. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so as we close the door, let me take you over there. We still have a little bit of a gap. I mean, it still rubs. See how it's hitting the door strike. So, Patrick, go ahead and screw that in. A little bit more. We've got, 3/8 of an inch to play. Okay, that's good. I've seen it move. So now, let's see. We're hitting the door strike. Okay, go ahead. Go some more. We need to go in. Okay. My reveal, if you look, the sunlight's trying to take it away though. But if you look here, see how we're good up here? But as we come down, our reveal gets tighter and tighter until it's actually rubbing. Over time, after this door gets painted, it will rub. But if you look at the bottom, we got a good reveal down at the bottom. So it's just right here at the strike where the handle is at. Now, the only problem with that is that this is a pre-hung door and it has pre-drilled holes on the outside. And it only gives us 3. Bottom, center, and top.
Let's try one more time.
So let's try that again. Let's see if we've got that reveal taken care of. The door's not really hitting. It's got a nice gap. The strike is hitting the plate. It's got a nice reveal all the way up and down. I think that's pretty darn close to being good right there. That's perfectly plumb. Okay, so the door automatically shuts, with pretty much ease. You can't open it. Okay, if you lock it,
up on the handle.
Oh, up on the handle. It's a multi-point lock. So it locks here, it locks the top and the bottom. Really nice door for being more airtight. And security purposes, because you're able to not only worry about this area being kicked in, but you got more strength when you go up and down. And you just pull down, open it up. It's nice. Shut the door, locks into place. Okay, we're going to finish off the door and then we'll show you the finished product. Okay, so we finished off. We screwed this in to pull this gap over. Everything's self and secure. We screwed up through here because there's 2 screw holes up here that allow us to do that from the manufacturer. What's interesting, though, that I've seen on this door, there's actually a built-in threshold. And it also has weep holes in it. So in case if any water ever gets inside of this exterior trim, that it has a place to drain out. Let me show you those. Okay, so here's our pre-drilled holes from the manufacturer. But it says right there, caution, keep drain clear, which is interesting. So when we had it on its side, if you look real close, see that weep hole right there? And then there's another one right there. So there's two weep holes in case water ever gets inside of these side jambs or into this bottom threshold. It's allowed to drain out. I really like that. That's a good detail. One of the things that we'll do is when we come in, we'll air seal this outside with the tape. Is that we want to make sure that down below we also get underneath here and air seal that. Okay, so thanks for watching How to Hang Doors by Gary Katz, Suggestions in Technology. I just took my own experience and applied his techniques. And believe me, it made the door a lot easier to hang, even though it took a little bit of time. But now, hopefully, next doors, when you start doing these repeat doors, it makes it much simpler. However, we only have two, and the next one is a lot different. We'll show you that one in a second.